People say, if worse comes to worse now, we divorce. I'll find somebody else. So when you try to bring the perspective of God, that God is bringing this perspective for your safety, for your stability, many of them say, no, we already have what we want to do, just leave us alone, it's our life. And sometimes before they even come for counsel, they have fixed dates.
They have fixed dates, they have decided.
They just came to inform you. At the end of the day, I've noticed that 99% of all of those cases, they still end up, that very thing that God wanted to shield them from, they still end up trapped in it. Through the carelessness of Eve, or let me say, through the lustful desires of Eve, Adam ate the forbidden fruit. Because Adam was not deceived, he was influenced. Eve was deceived because she was lustful, lust of the eyes. And because of that, Adam was chased out of the Garden of Eden. The normal thing would be, this woman that cost me this Garden of Eden is over. But Adam took responsibility for his choice.
Yes, he took responsibility.
Even though he misbehaved a little, when God said, he said, it's a woman you gave me. But that was just maybe, let me say, the human side of Adam. But if you look at it holistically, even though they had made mistake, Eve had, influenced him to eat the forbidden fruit. The natural response a natural man would want to give to that episode was, since you are now the devil, you have partnered with the devil to destroy my life, it's over between us. But Eve and Adam still stood together as man and wife.
Yes.
If the Bible said, I don't know how long it took, the scriptures, you may not be able to know the distance between one verse and the other. Chapter 3 was when the fall happened, they were chased out.
Yes.
I think in chapter 4, Adam knew his wife. So I don't know whether as soon as they were leaving, they still found time to have sex. I don't know when that sex happened. Was it in the evening of that day they were chased out, or in the morning? But I'm just trying to say that there was still this bond between Eve and Adam, even though what would normally be a justifiable reason in the perspective of Gen Z to divorce, Adam did not take advantage of that. Even Job, you talked about him yesterday during our couples classic.
Yes.
All right. The woman that asked him to curse God and die. When God restored Job and all of that, Job did not, was the same wife by whom restoration came.
Yes.
Other children were bettered. All right. So when you make a wrong choice, you cannot avoid the consequences of your choices. Like sometimes the authority is over your life. You see some people, when you want to marry, I know you must have seen people like that in your counseling sessions.
Yes.
Sometimes you are trying to give people God's perspective about what they're about to do. From what you see in the spirit and from the ordinances of the scripture, this marriage should not hold.
Yes.
And sometimes some people at the back of their head, because of this neutralization of the potency, the seriousness of divorce, people say, if worse comes to worse now, we divorce. I'll find somebody else. So when you try to bring the perspective of God, that God is bringing this perspective for your safety, for your stability, many of them say, no, we already have what we want to do, just leave us alone, it's our life. And sometimes before they even come for counsel, they have fixed dates.
They have fixed dates, they have decided.
They just came to inform you. At the end of the day, I've noticed that 99% of all of those cases, they still end up, that very thing that God wanted to shield them from, they still end up trapped in it.
Okay. So if you look at scriptures, I want to talk about Adam. What makes a man, a leader, is that he takes responsibility. God doesn't play with that. When you take responsibility, you invite God into the matter. I take responsibility for this. Now, if we look at the story of Adam and Eve, when the serpent came, if you read that scripture very clearly, you will know that Adam was with Eve while she was discussing with the serpent. He didn't say anything. He didn't talk. And the serpent told Eve that God knows that the day you eat of this, you will be like us. But in Genesis chapter 1:26, the Bible says, God said, let's create man in our image and likeness. I believe before Eve came, Adam was aware of this information.
Yeah.
So it is his responsibility to have intervened to rebuke the serpent and say this information is wrong, because it was simply deception. God originally intended them to be like him. That's why he was coming in the cool of the evening to discuss. He was sharing information with them. But because of that, now if you also look at it, you see that was Satan's first attack on the family. The marriage. He wanted to break it, he wanted to scatter it. That was his intention.
So that a godly seed will not emerge from that family. We're having a little conversation in one of our indoor meetings.
Okay.
And we said, why was it that Adam did not at least give birth before the fall? Why did he have? Is it that Satan was that fast? He didn't, before they could even know what it meant to have sex, he made sure that the nature of Adam was polluted, so that whatever comes out of him would have the satanic nature.
Yes.
Though somebody humorously said